Wilson back again today, and I have an absolutely gorgeous card to show you. There's nothing better than an all-white card with a pop of beautiful color, I think. And we are going to be using the new Butterfly Magic die set to create that. Now, I love this set, and I'm going to go into a little more detail about my thinking behind this when we're doing our card, and we'll talk about it more. I've also used both the Birdsong Meadow and the Butterfly Meadow stamps that match the Spanish collection from our first release, but you can use them in other ways. And just so you know, these are a bit bigger than they are shown on the front of the packaging, too. So, okay, let's get started now. And like I said, I'm just going to talk a little bit about this set. For me, I wanted a set of butterflies that I could use that had all sorts of things that we could do with them. Some of these have a decorative aperture cut, and they are needed to cut the actual outside of the butterfly. Some have the butterfly cutting edge on it. So they have matching apertures. We have a side view butterfly. There are large ones, small ones, itty bitty ones. Pretty much anything you could need for a butterfly, and I love including these little ones because you know what? Every once in a while you get a little bit of ink on your card where you shouldn't, and a butterfly is just perfect to cover that up with. But I love this set, and I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So I'm just going to be using this Aperture die from this one to do our card today. Now I've gone ahead and I've stamped my sentiment where I want it. This is from the Bold Sentiment set from Creative Expressions, and I'm going to just put the die aperture into place and cut a couple of them for you. And I think we'll do this one a little bit kind of to the edge there like that on the bottom of the sentiment. And we'll run that through. And I've just got the cutting edge down towards the cutting plate. We're going to run it through the grand caliper. And then we'll use it a second time. Peel that back so you can see you get a beautiful cut around the edge of that aperture. Just lovely. And you've got a butterfly that you can use later for another project. And then we'll do this one on the top here, and we'll just kind of go that direction with it. Easy peasy. So this will give us the base to our card. Pop that out. You've got another butterfly you can use there. Gently peel that back. We'll put it back on our magnetic sheet. So you can see I've got the aperture cut top and bottom, and we're going to begin from there. Now I have done one with some mounting foam because that's part of what I think makes this card really, really pretty, is that it's got some depth and dimension to it. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and stamped both the Birdsong Meadow and the Butterfly Meadow, and I'm just going to be using portions of this. So I think it's easier if you just decide where you want or what portion of the stamp you want to use. And I'm just going to kind of use my aperture die here to just see what part I want to have framed and do a light pencil around it so I kind of know where I need to be inking. I think that's probably going to look really nice. There we go. Okay, I'm going to bring in my distress colors here. I've got Mustard Seed, Spiced Marmalade, and Barn Door. And I'm going to start with the lighter color, and we're going to just work this into the center of our image on both of these. In fact, we can do both at the same time. I've already gone ahead and used that same butterfly aperture and drawn a outline around there. Then we're going to go back and ring it with the Spiced Marmalade. Whoops. Just kind of work it around that same area. There we go. Do this one. That's looking nice. And we'll use the last one here, which is the Barn Door. Ooh. Tight lid on that one. And this is going to be your deep red. So make sure you go past that line, just so if you move it around a little bit, you're not going to get a white area. and really get that color saturated in there. And you can go back in with some of your other colors and do a lot of blending and really get that color to pop. So you've got that orange, that yellow going to orange into red. I think it's really pretty. Let's do the red on this one. All the way around. That looks good. And I think I'll just blend a little bit more orange into this one. There we go. So pretty. Okay. And I'm going to just hit it with a little bit of a blast of heat. Make sure it's nice and dry so we don't smear it. The stressings will stay wet for quite a while. There we go. And we're going to just trim away what we don't need here. Let's use our big scissors. Just kind of give it a little bit of a trim. We might even have to trim it a little more. This will give us something to work with. Okay. Now, going to my aperture here that we've placed the mounting foam on. So we just want to eyeball where exactly we want to put that. That looks lovely, and I think I'm going to need to trim that just a tiny bit more off the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to peel off the mounting foam that I've put on here already on this bottom butterfly aperture. Let's see. Probably take that one off too. Just kind of eyeball exactly where you want that to show up. That looks nice. I'll put that one on there. Push it into place, and I'm going to take this piece off. And we'll do the top one. Oops. There we go. That looks really, really pretty, just like that. So you can see how gorgeous they come through that aperture, and you can just pick any portion of that stamp you like to show. So I've got a piece of black card we're going to do some matting and layering with, so let me take the rest of the mounting foam pieces off. And I'm going to add just a little bit of double-sided tape here to the back of that so it's good and secure. There we go. I've got tiny little bits sticking out from underneath. We're going to do a trim on. Okay. So now, excuse me while I lean in just to make sure I'm nice and straight there. Okay. And we will put this onto the back of our matted and pierced layer. One of the things I really love is to look at the balance on a card, and I've used the black silhouettes there. So because of that, I've included some black mats to kind of balance it out a little bit. Black's one of those things that I personally feel really makes things pop on a card, and so I think the combination of the black, the white, and the color is what really works with this particular one. So I'll pop that into place. And it just needs a couple more something. So we're going to go back to our little butterfly set, and I've cut 3 of these itty bitty, I don't even know if you can see that, it's so tiny, little teeny butterflies to use. And we're just going to put a little tiny bit of glue on the back of them and scatter them around the background. Just ever so lightly. There again, I only ever put glue on the body of a butterfly, and I always let the wings form up naturally. Get one here, we'll add a couple more right here. And get this last little guy, form his wings up a tiny bit, put some glue on his body. And let's see, right about like that, I think. Give that a second to hold. How quick and easy was that? Now, the only other thing that I did on the original was I added a little black fine tip pin marker all the way around the edge, just as an accent, but you can do that if you like, or it looks perfect like this, I think. Your choice. hope you've enjoyed today's video.